I think this year, particularly in the NFC, the only one that I don't feel like 100% well, maybe not 100% confident in, but I'm very confident in the Packers. I'm very confident in the Bucks. I think those are two locks, but like, I think Dallas is probably better than Philadelphia. You're going to get better quarterback play. I think you get better coaching. You don't get better coaching. It's weird. Like, Philly has such a talented roster. I don't think we've had this conversation, but I'm going to show you Philly's roster.
Go ahead.
Let me pull it up on Our Lads. Our Lads is a tremendous website. I use it a lot in my articles for like looking at positions and whatnot. I super recommend it to anyone. It's a top, 10 website that I use. It's moving up there. But yeah, this Philly depth chart is surprisingly really, really good. And there's a reason Howie Roseman has a Super Bowl ring on his finger, and he might get a second one very soon, because this roster, if Jalen Hurts hits, we are talking about a 12-13 win team, if not more, because it's just that talented offensively, defensively. They are very good in the trenches. They have improved their secondary a lot in the last couple of years. They have great special teams, Jake Elliott. This is a super talented team. And I think there are legitimate studs across the board here. And let's go. You have Sirianni, who I think is a very good coach. Offense. AJ Brown.
Sirianni is an underrated coach, I should say, because the way he got them into the playoffs too was just.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think people are like, well, Staley's obviously the best rookie head coach. It's like, wait, no, he's not. It's Sirianni. Like, the Chargers had real expectations last year. The Eagles were like, okay, whatever. So you have a star receiver, AJ Brown. You have a star receiver, Devontae Smith. Quez Watkins was really good last year. He put up 700 yards as the number 2 there, and you slide him down to the number 3 role, and then you have Zach Pascal, who's a good player. You have Jalen Reagor as the number 4, number 5 receiver. Greg Ward, same sort of deal. John Hightower, same sort of deal. These guys that were wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3, wide receiver 4 last year are now, they don't have to be on the field. They can be wide receiver 6. Jordan Mailata is probably the single best value in the NFL just on his contract, because he is a stud at left tackle. He didn't play left tackle at all before, or didn't play football at all before coming to the Eagles. And he had, I believe he was the third highest graded tackle by PFF last year, behind Trent Williams and Tyron Smith. And he deserved every bit of that. And he is a superstar in the making. Landon Dickerson, a solid guard. Jason Kelsey, I don't need to say more. Isaac Small is a very good guard. Lane Johnson, I don't need to say more there. Dallas Goedert, top 6 tight end, depending on what you think of Kyle Pitts right now. Jalen Hurts, this really falls onto Jalen Hurts. Also, you have Gardner. Also, you have, I love Carson Strong as your third quarterback. Then the running back room, Sanders is a talented back. Gainwell is a talented back. Boston Scott does things for you. And then you look defensively, Brandon Graham, stud. Fletcher Cox, stud. Javon Hargrave, stud. Derek Barnett, he's all right. Kazir White, nice acquisition in free agency. TJ Edwards, solid pickup a couple years ago. Hassan Reddick, coming over from Carolina, a local kid. He went to Temple. I think that's an excellent pick. Is he overrated? Yes, but that's still an excellent pick. Then you have one of the top corner duos in football with Slay, James Bradbury. Avonte Maddox is a solid option in the slot. Anthony Harris is a good safety. They brought in Jaquiski Tart. Marcus Epps is fine. Kevon Wallace you can work with. And you have the rookies on that second row. Jordan Davis, top 15 pick. Nakobe Dean, first round value, got them in the 3rd round. There are just so many talented pieces. And then, like I said, Jake Elliott as your kicker. I think there's a chance they win 12 games. If Jalen Hurts pops, like, this is the team that could most resemble the 2019 Ravens from playoff team to they could win the Super Bowl. I don't think they will. I need to see more from Jalen Hurts, but I think we've transitioned, I guess, here, but I think the Philadelphia Eagles will be a very strong team. And you check off the coaching box, you check off the defense box, you check off offensive line, you check off receivers. Like, the weak part of this team might be Jalen Hurts. And I think Jalen Hurts is like a middle of the pack quarterback. So if you are elevating everything else around him and he plays a little bit better, if Jalen Hurts is the 15th best quarterback in the NFL, the Eagles will win the division. If he's better than Mac Jones, He's better than Tannehill, Matt Ryan. He's better than those guys. They're going to win the division. I don't need him to be better than Derek Carr or Kyler or Lamar or Stafford or Herbert. I just need him to be better than Jameis Winston. Mitch Trubisky, Davis Mills. If he's better than those guys.
If he's not better than Davis Mills,
that's a problem. If he's the 15th best quarterback in the NFL this season, or 14th best quarterback in the NFL this season, if Watson Watsons, the Eagles will win the division. I would put points on that, but I can't quantify if Jalen Hurts is going to be a top 15 quarterback. I could do like PFF grade or something like that. I don't know. I think the Eagles have a star-studded roster, and I didn't realize how good the roster was until I did a bit of a deep dive into it. I think this is an exceptional team, and they are going to surprise some people. I think they're underrated, and I can see why they were sneaking into like top 15 power rankings, top 12 power rankings. I can see why people want to take them over Dallas in that division, because I don't love Mike McCarthy. And Dak, to me, is not so far ahead of where I think Jalen Hurts can be this season that I don't trust Dallas to execute. Dallas is one of the few teams this year that instead of, trying to get better at football, they said, okay, we're fine. Like, no, you're not fine. This is an arms race. You're relative to the other competition. You're getting worse. The Giants got better. The Commanders got better. The Eagles got a lot better. And you're Dallas, you're kind of like, whoop-de-dig-em-a-doggone-do, right? It's like kind of like Tennessee, but I think Tennessee is a fundamentally better team and more well-run organization than Indianapolis is right now, and I like their roster construction better. I think Indianapolis builds their rosters backwards, but that's neither here nor there. I think Philadelphia will be very good this season. I do not want to see them on the schedule. I'm glad the Ravens got fourth place and are playing the Giants. The Giants are going to be better, but the Eagles are going to be a team to be reckoned with. And if you can trust Jalen Hurts to be a top 15 quarterback this season, I don't think that's a huge jump. He's in my 18 to like 20 range right now.
I think it's really so. It pretty much just hinges on can Jalen Hurts get up there and play like that. And
yes,
it's possible.
Yeah, and it doesn't even have to be an elite passer. That what the best part about Hurts is he brings so much value as a runner that the Eagles are going to have a top 5 rushing attack. So that you push so far into that the passing game gets a little bit easier because you have to commit to the run. If you have 8 men in the box, guess what? You have limited resources on the perimeter. That means A.J. Brown, single coverage. Devontae Smith, single coverage. Dallas Goedert, single coverage. So you're melting the candle at both ends for the defense that, well, you want to defend A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith and Dallas Goedert and Quez Watkins. You want to defend those guys, but you also have to allocate resources to stop the run. This is why Baltimore is very successful. This is why Tennessee is very successful. All it takes is 1 or 2 weapons, and all of a sudden, like the Ravens won 14 games. The Titans were the 1 seed this year, despite not having Henry for half the season. The Titans have made the playoffs the last 3 years. The Ravens won 25 games in 2 seasons when Lamar was healthy. And I think the Eagles can do very much the same thing. They had a winning record last season. I know they didn't beat any teams with a winning record. I guess they beat New Orleans. I know they didn't beat any playoff teams, but that's last year. They can be better.